Section 91. Vaisampayana said, with Pritha's leave and having walked round her, the chastiser of foes, Govinda, also called Sauri, went to Duryodhana's palace, that was furnished with great wealth, adorned with beautiful seats, and was like unto the abode of Purandara himself, unobstructed by the orderlies-in-waiting. That hero of great fame crossed 3 spacious yards in succession, and then entered that mansion looking like a mass of clouds, high as the summit of a hill, and blazing forth in splendor. And he there beheld Dhritarashtra's son, of mighty arms, seated on his throne in the midst of 1,000 kings, and surrounded by all the Kurus. And he also beheld there Dusasana and Karna and Sakuni, the son of Suvala, seated on their respective seats, by the side of Duryodhana, and on that scion of the Sarhas race entering the court. Dhritarashtra, son of great fame, rose up from his seat with his counselors for honoring the slayer of Madhu. And Keshava then greeted Dhritarashtra's sons and all his counselors, as also all the kings that were present there, according to their respective ages. And Achyuta of Vrishni's race then took his seat on a beautiful seat, made of gold and overlaid with carpet, embroidered with gold. And the Kuru king then offered unto Janardana a cow, and honey, and curds, and water, and placed at his service palaces and mansions, and the whole kingdom. And then the Kauravas, with all the kings there present, worshipped Govinda on his seat, and resembling the sun himself in splendor. The worship being over, King Duryodhana invited him of Vrishni's race, that foremost of victors, to eat at his house. Keshava, however, did not accept the invitation. The Kuru, King Duryodhana, seated in the midst of Kurus in a gentle voice, but with a deception lurking behind his words, eyeing Karna and addressing Keshava, then said, Why, O Janardana, dost thou not accept the diverse kinds of viands and drinks, robes and beds that have all been prepared and kept ready for thee? Thou hast granted aid to both the sides. Thou art engaged in the good of both parties. Thou art again the foremost of Dhritarashtra's relations, and much loved by him. Thou, O Govinda, also knowest fully and all things in details, both religion and profit. I therefore desire to hear, O bearer of the discus and the mace, what the true reason is of this thy refusal. Vaisampayana continued. The high-souled Govinda, of eyes like lotus leaves, then raising his mighty right arm, and in a voice deep as that of the clouds, replied unto the king in excellent words, fraught with reasons, words that were clear, distinct, correctly pronounced, and without a single letter dropped, saying, Envoys, O king, eat and accept, worship only after the success of their missions. Therefore, O Bharata, after my mission becomes successful, thou mayst entertain me and my attendants. Thus answered Dhritarashtra's son again said unto Janardana, It behoveth thee not, O Keshava, to behave towards us in this way. Whether thou becomest successful or unsuccessful, we are endeavoring to please thee, O slayer of Madhu, because of thy relationship with us. It seems, however, that all our efforts, O thou of the Sarhas race, are fruitless, nor do we see the reason, O slayer of Madhu, in consequence of which, O foremost of men, thou acceptest not the worship offered by us, from love and friendship. With thee, O Govinda, we have no hostility, no war. Therefore, on reflection, it will seem to thee that words such as these scarcely become thee. Vaisampayana continued, thus addressed by the king Janardana of the Sarhas race, casting his eyes on Dhritarashtra's son and all his counselors, replied, saying, Not from desire, not from wrath, nor from malice, nor from gain, nor for the sake of argument, nor from temptation would I abandon virtue. One taketh another's food when one is in distress. At present, however, O king, thou hast not inspired love in me by any act of thine, nor have I myself been plunged into distress without any reason. O king, thou hatest from the moment of their birth thy dear and gentle brothers, the Pandavas, endued with every virtue. This unreasonable hatred of thine for the sons of Pritha, kill becometh thee. The sons of Pandu are all devoted to virtue. Who indeed can do them the least injury? He that hateth them hateth me. He that loveth them loveth me. Know that the virtuous Pandavas and my own self have but a common soul. He who, following the impulses of lust and wrath, and from darkness of soul hateth and seeketh to injure one that is possessed of every good quality, is regarded as the vilest of men. That wrathful wretch of every good quality is regarded as the vilest of men. That wrathful wretch of uncontrolled soul, who from ignorance and avarice hateth his kinsmen, endued with every auspicious quality, can never enjoy his prosperity long. He on the other hand, who by good offices winneth over persons endued with good qualities, even if he beareth aversion for them within his heart, enjoyeth prosperity and fame forever and ever. Defiled by wickedness, all this food therefore deserveth not to be eaten by me. The food supplied by Vidura alone should I think be eaten by me. Having said this unto Duryodhana, who was ever incapable of bearing anything against his own wishes, Keshava of mighty arms then came out of that blazing palace of the Dhritarashtra's son, and the high-souled Vasudeva of mighty arms, coming out of that mansion, directed his steps towards the abode of the illustrious Vidura. And while that mighty armed one, staying within Vidura's abode, thither came unto him Drona and Kripa and Bhishma and Valhika and many of the Kauravas. And the Kauravas that came there addressed Madhava, the heroic slayer of Madhu, saying, Uddhava of Rishni's race, we place at thy disposal our houses, with all the wealth within them. The slayer of Madhu of mighty energy answered them, saying, Ye may go away. I am much honored by these your offers. And after all the Kurus had gone away, Vidura with great care entertained that unvanquished hero of the Sarha's race with every object of desire. And Kunti then placed before the illustrious Keshava clean and savory food in abundance. Therewith the slayer of Madhu first gratified the Brahmanas. Indeed, from that food he first gave a portion along with much wealth unto a number of Brahmanas conversant with the Vedas, and then with his attendants, like Vasava in the midst of the Marutas, he dined on what remained of the clean and savory food supplied by Vidura. Thus endeth section 91 in the Bhagavat Yana Parva of the Udyoga Parva.